Hey, what's up guys? It's been a crazy month editing all this training footage from a recent visit to California to see my old friends. So this last video is a little higher level. Again, I always talk about the clinch range, but this is about if someone's pulling you in a straight line and it's hard to resist them, especially if they're strong, if you could add bends or make that line bend somehow with your anatomical structure, then you will prevent them from pulling you as easily. It helps you root or ground yourself. It prevents them from pulling with their entire structure. And if you like stuff like this, if you like the deep dives and everything like that, go to karateBreakdown.com. I got tons of videos, a lot more analyses coming soon as I break down all these videos into individual kata applications. Yeah, so we just finished a training session. I wanted to talk about vectors some more, but a little less obvious. So if Gabe's here pulling at my wrist, and he's trying to pull me back, you guys can imagine the line's going like straight this way, right? So if I resisted, the stronger person is going to eventually start pulling me. But now if all I did was just change the angle of the vector, and if you think it's a straight line, if I just add a bend into that line, I'll just add it with this. And it changes where his wrist is pulling from, changes where my arm is getting pulled from. It changes the entire strength of him, right? So he starts pulling here. If I just start changing like that, you see it bends, keep pulling. Like this is a lot harder than this pull. Like I feel like I have to work on that. Pull again. And I just add this, and I don't have to work as hard. And it's funny because people talk about like the little 1-inch different change in kata that sensei's always correct for. And it's most of them don't know why they're doing it. It's more to look more aesthetic, but there is a reason for it, right? So if he does this and I just go here, notice there's a bend in his wrist now. So pull straight, pull again. This is completely different. There's no way for him to pull my arm. And one thing that's happening too is my elbow adds another bend, and it's getting my limb closer to my center. So even if I took that away, pull, pull again, right? That's a lot harder for you. Now if I added this and this, pull, like there's no way for you to do that. That's where like this middle block is like the most anatomically correct structure when it's like that. Not like here, not up here, not down there. It's like in line with the shoulder, like we tell day one white belts, in line with the shoulder, not past the shoulder line this way. If any deviation off that, pull, like it's pulling me off my center, right? Any deviation off that, pulling me off my center. But if I stay structured here, like this is a solid structure. How to apply that, right? If he's doing this and he grabs on my wrist and starts pulling, immediately I started adding a kink in that line. So I did this, my thumb out to make it look obvious, but it doesn't have to be. He pulls, look, I add a little bend. So let's keep doing it so you have some more examples. Just try to pull me, my arm or my shoulder. Keep pulling, keep pulling. Look at that snake hand from a Geki side. Pull the shoulder or whatever, right? Look at that. So right here, there's no way for me to bend my arm to change the line, but I'm pushing his elbow down with this frame. Pull with the straight arm, right? Pull with the bent arm, not as easy. And another byproduct of that is I'm sinking my weight down as I do that. So pull, look at my knee lifting onto the ball at my feet, pull, and I sink. There's no way for him to pull me that way anymore, right? So there's all these little concepts that are happening, but again, it's like taking things you hear, you've heard your whole life. Don't bounce when you step for your stances, right? Bend your knees, keep your knees straight or knees apart when you sit down. Those are all sinking type of drills that people don't realize what they're for. These things are all anatomically correct, but people think like you throw a punch and I'm like blocking it like that, right? It's not really like that. I could be block snake hand type of thing, or if he grabs, I can do this and really start doing some damage to his elbow, twisting it out and doing all that stuff. So let's let you fixate on like a push or a pull. So try to pull something.
Sure. So I'll just
So yeah, so all I'm doing here is I'm trying to keep your elbow pointed in a little, but I'm also changing the line.
yeah, I feel the pressure.
So you feel that pressure. So now if you're pulling straight back, it's now doing this.
Yeah.
Right? That makes it harder for you to pull. And then for me, to help me pull, I anchor things to my center. That's why you were saying earlier it's like a valve.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I'm thinking about pulling something here, like the line is going in that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if I try to think about pulling things directly centered to me, that's the strongest I'm going to be, like holding something like that.
Right.
Versus trying to pull like that.
So closer to body is stronger.
Yeah. So very rarely am I trying to do this to you. I'm always
Right.
trying to pull you in center and start sucking you in like this.
Oh god.
Right? And it feels like I'm just climbing all over the top of you.
It's like fighting quicksand.
And I might redirect you out there, right? But then everything's back to this. I'm still trying to go back to here.
I have to do the music.
Oh, I turned off. So.
Okay, you're good. You're okay. That's fine. So I had to combine both and just giving you tension the whole time.
Yeah, this feels very good.
It's a weird shape.
Yeah. And it looks the same than what we were doing like 10 minutes ago, where we were pushing each other, right?
Right.
But now you're seeing it in your mind, like you're creating all these little things, these little shapes that you're trying to do. Yeah, it was very different. So right there, my elbow got past your armpit a little,
Yeah.
and I kept trying to climb you up high,
Yeah.
right? So then you sucked it in, did 2-on-1, and you dropped it back down. All those underhooks, those opportunities for me to get to this,
Yeah.
it's like, if you're there, like it's done, man. They're gonna throw you. It's tough.
You're scared?
Yeah. I'm immediately. We don't do it here, but
Yeah.
I'm immediately like,
Throwing.
that's a win. That's a point for me.
Dang. Don't let this
So
get.
I protect the underhook
Yeah.
a lot, and I dig for the underhook a lot.
I'm sorry.
That's why this happens a lot.
Yeah.
I protect that a lot.
So when you do that, maneuver.
So I'm gonna get my frame back out, so I don't like that. And that's where that, if I do get stuck here in the underhook,
Yeah.
that's where last time I was here I was talking about the lizard.
Oh yeah.
Because I need to make sure I do not get lifted up because you're gonna take me.
Yeah.
Take me. Another thing I'm doing, but I always go side to side because it's. You want to think about the shapes, right, that we just created. If I lost this shape, I'm gonna replace it with this shape. So now look, we have a new shape here.
Kind of always trying to keep a circle.
Yeah. So it's like I lost this battle and you got in. Something. All right, I'm gonna use my shoulder as a new way to move myself around. You like the frame? Frames to me are kind of like resets. Because if I really lost it, then I'm just gonna reset and go back to this shape. If I
That feels really different.
I've been trying to hit that all day. When I got that 2-on-1 earlier, I was trying to get that. Alright, so we're having like a mini push hand.
Yeah, right here. That's cool. I can feel it.
That's how it should feel like. Every touch point is like a mini push hands game.